Hi, any Patreons or channel members watching us on the replay. Thank you so much for your continued support. It means we can keep defending animals for a living. How you doing, mate? You right?
What, in general?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm great.
How are you guys?
Having a great day.
How are you guys, more importantly?
Yeah, we've come on to speak to you. We have spoken to each other all day, honest. We've been quite busy though.
She lies.
I've got green on again. Like some sort of, no, I was going to say a swear word then.
Bellend.
Like some, yeah.
Bong. D, hey Hench, how unhealthy are canned foods compared to whole foods plant-based diet? They're rubbish. They're rubbish. Much lower in nutrients, and of course the lining of most cans has endocrine disrupting, what are they called? Xenoestrogens. So like BPA, which can kind of feminize men potentially. Some of the things they replace BPA with, like BPS, BPF, can actually be as toxic or more toxic than the BPA that they're replacing. So if we're going to go with preserved foods like that, maybe like a Tetra Pak would be better. And then how bad are preservatives to the body? Yeah, not good at all. I don't really know the science of it. I don't know how well it's been studied. But, and this isn't very scientific, but the way I sort of see it, like you see like a McDonald's meal and like a year or two later, it can look pretty much as naff as it looked when it was first made. And I think that's kind of like pickling. This is probably not very scientific, but like pickling food like preserves it. Like it's just preserved in like unnatural like chemicals. And yeah, do we really want that? Do we really want to sort of pickle our bodies? And again, this is just how I think. It's not very scientific, but that's kind of how I think of it. One man, 1 year, one fiddy's in the house. Good to see you, my friend. We did a lovely interview the other day. Sadly, I managed to accidentally delete it before we put it up on IGTV, but it was such a good interview. I've decided that I want to put it on YouTube as well. So happily, good old Jason has agreed to redo it. So thank you, Jason Gardner. Listeners of our work, as always, you're all beautiful, and you are likewise a very beautiful, vibrant human being, and I really appreciate you. Chris Grant's in the house, Mark Crossy, Gurdeep, Vegan Realist, Blueberry Zoe, Sawyer Jones, Cassie Sads. In such a state, I developed an allergy to soya, and I'm really unwell, and now no idea what to eat.
Oh, bless you.
That's naff, isn't it? I mean, I didn't really eat much in the way of soya products when I was first vegan. You will find out loads of things, but of course, if you kind of, it's a bit like when you first quit veganism, or when I developed a gluten intolerance. Like nearly everything seems to have gluten in it. But I soon learned, you get there, hun, don't you worry, bless you.
Yeah.
But it's not a nice feeling, is it?
Sorry to hear that. I hope that you feel better soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
You cut it out for a bit and then feel better.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Let's send some love to Cassie. Let's have some
Send
hearts.
some love. I'll tell you a tofu alternative that I discovered. It's an African delight called Moin, M-O-I-N space M-O-I-N. And it's similar-ish to tofu, but it's based on black-eyed beans. But it's got lovely flavourings. It's got kind of lemon and turmeric and maybe cumin, some herb. I forget exactly what's in there, but it's a very unique and delicious flavour, and I really like it. I got it in Asda. They had it in the vegan ambient aisle, and they've still got it. The only thing I'll say is the cooking instructions, it did take much longer to set than they claimed. So I would say maybe cook it for about an hour.
Yeah.
You basically make it, it's like a sort of powder mix, isn't it?
Yeah.
All whole foods though, all whole foods mine, but you mix it with water and cook it. But yeah, do it for about an hour, or it'll be a bit, like, not runny, but a bit too moist, like not set. Jack Tomlins, did your blondies? Nice. What are they in the Virtuous Vegan Desserts cookbook?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Chickpea blondies, are they?
Yeah.
My 2-year-old can't stop eating them. Finally made something sweet. He likes it. Isn't processed crap. Cheers,
When I first read that, I nearly cried. I read that a minute ago when you were eating something else.
It's making me feel emotional. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Our books, guys, are 35% off at the minute. Just £6.50 if you want to get yourself some healthy desserts recipes or higher protein recipes.
It really melts my heart to think of a little kid out there. Someone else said something on Instagram. They shared a story of their girl making those blondies actually, and that just made me cry as well. Like it's just it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice to think of little children getting some great nutrition in them and not saturated fat and cholesterol
and seeing that you can have like tasty treats that aren't full of junk and. Yeah,
what a great gift to give your child. That's wonderful. Marijuana guy, hey Paul, sorry, what are your favourite exercises for traps? If you don't know, trapezius are these muscles.
I call them as handles.
They're kind of a kite shape. They're above the shoulders there, and they also go down the back. So it's really the upper traps specifically that we're probably talking about. You can do like shoulder retractions with like cables and things actually to target the thickness rather than just the kind of sort of height of them. But best for traps really it's really just sort of shrugs, shrug variations. So by far I like to go super heavy. I like to go higher reps because it's a small movement. You need to do more reps to elicit the same time under tension. Like typically, kind of hypertrophy wise, people think of like 6 to 12 rep range. Well, for such a small movement, you're looking at more like 15 to 25 reps to get the same time under tension, which is, which helps cause the hypertrophy. There is one other exercise I quite like, and that's the behind the back upright row, made famous by Lee Haney, bodybuilder from the 80s, and he had the best traps of his generation by far. And so you take like, sorry, I didn't mean to hit you in the boobs. You take like a bench press width on the bar, but it's behind your back, and you lift it up and over your bum, and you're kind of shrugging, as I say, and kind of rowing. It's called upright row behind the back. You want to sort of touch your lower back with the bar. You won't go half as heavy as you do for a shrug, obviously. That camera's gone out of focus. Have we not got enough light on us?
I think this is how we normally,
have it, isn't it? Oh, there we are, we're back. I think we might be slightly further back. That might be it. Anyway, I hope that helps marijuana guy. And one other thing is visualization. So when I do traps, particularly when I do shrugs, I think of a lever, and then I think of the arms as chains and the hands as hooks on the end of chains. So all you can do is raise up the lever, which drags the hook up straight behind the chain. That's all in a straight line. And by doing that, you're getting the mind-muscle connection. You're getting this muscle firing. A lot of people sort of bend their arms, and they're kind of lifting with their arms as well, and they get very, very sore in the distal biceps tendon there, and you don't want that. You don't want there should be nothing in the arms whatsoever. There should be purely up slow, squeeze at the apex for a 1 or a 2 count, and then I like to go slowly down before I relax. Bang, straight back up again. So you're basically making the traps sorry that they were ever born. They're such powerful workhorses. That wasn't very vegan, that you really need to consciously be overloading them like that. And as I say, higher reps seem to work better. DJ Kat's in the house, good to see you. Richard Benham. Tom Stan Merchant, come have a chat, and thanks for promoting the channel. Go Vegan Jackson's in the house. Go Vegan Jackson's posts have disappeared twice already.
Aww.
YouTube is weird. Do you know, on Instagram, I think I was following about 82 people. Today, I looked and I was following 51 people. Instagram's just deleted people. And actually, I just looked again and now I'm on 50 people instead of 51. Also, did you guys see the video on our other channel where a meat eater was harvesting a lamb? That I was playing the meat eater and Gemma was playing the vegan, saying, whoa, you don't need to do that. Instagram deleted that video from Reels. Deleted it. Didn't say anything. That was our most watched video. It was on like 13k. Not a word. I don't know what Instagram's doing. When as you're living like it is for us, I don't really take too kindly to that, and I don't enjoy it, and it's a bit of a worry, really. And if they come around here, I'll sort them out. Stacey Langley's in the house. How's everyone doing? We're doing good, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm having a great time.
We're feeling in great health. Yeah, business going well.
Yeah.
Elsie Chan just subscribed. Welcome to the channel, Elsie Chan. If you happen to be in the chat and you're not just elsewhere, introduce us if you are. We'd love to get to know our lovely subscribers.
To introduce myself.
And Scott Dower, you can be likewise. Shark Macarena. You can't beat it. Eve Aff is in the house. Everyone's got their snazzy, what do you call them, insignias now, because they've been supporting the channel for so long. Really appreciate you guys. Astrovex, the stream hasn't even started yet and the music's making me wake out the glow sticks. We get that a lot. Richie Brown and Adventure is in the house. Vegan Gay, subscribe to her. She's brilliant. Anne-Marie Wellington. Pamo Dorino. Astrovex, hey, howdy there. New to the channel. How are you? Love the shirt. Thank you very much. It's by Defender of Animals, if you want to get one. I think, they donate all their money to animal sanctuary, so they're good stuff. Thanks for that. Yeah, we're really good. How are you? Where are you in the world? How's the vegan scene? How's that vegan diet suiting you? Robert Pacino's in the house as always. Peyton Hartman. Hey, Hench, would you recommend more compound or isolation exercises for someone who wants to get into weightlifting? It depends like what your goal is. If you're trying to get strong and functional, then it's all about the compounds. If you're trying to if it's more aesthetics, you're trying to make a particular shape with your body, then I think a fairly even mix of both. Maybe tilted slightly to more compounds if you want. More bang for your buck from compounds. But certain isolation moves like side lateral raises and biceps curls and calf work, they're essential to kind of bring up like leg and body parts and sort of give yourself a more 3D look. So that's more if you're a bodybuilder or physique athlete. Cassie's in the house. The classic Jaguar. My joints have been cracking my whole without any pain whatsoever. It's increased when I turned vegan. Any ideas? It just happens with age. I've not heard of people going vegan like then that being more of an issue. And the cracking actually is just, isn't it, air pockets, I believe. I mean, I've always been able to crack a lot of my joints, and I don't think there's anything to worry about as far as I understand. I really don't. But Plays is in the house. Pomo Dorino, Predator. Gemma, your dress looks like Predator's armour. It does as well.
Is it really bothering anyone, like visually? If so, I'll go and change it. If not, I won't bother.
I think you look cool. Toby Gosling's in the house and Sawyer Jones, good to see you, lovely too. Tom Hurley, Eddie Hall did a diet update video. You think you'll respond to it? Yeah, probably. Possibly to probably. I'll have a look. At the minute I'm doing this Sferridge response. It's going to be so funny. You're going to love it. Michael Askew's in the house. Good to see you. Cassie, thanks everyone. I've been that ill. Thought I had COVID. Thanks for the hearts. I'm having a really rubbish time at my one thing and another. Bless you.
Yeah, that sucks.
We don't want that for you. You're a good person.
It's amazing how unwell you can feel with different intolerances and allergies and things. it's good that you figured it out, because sometimes that can be like the worst part, can't it? Like not understanding what's going on. At least when you figure it out, you can do something about it. But you know, I guess it sounds like you're feeling crappy until things calm down in your body.
It's nothing. One man, 1 year, one fiddy. Guys, follow him on Instagram, by the way. He's great stuff, particularly if you're doing like a fat loss journey or you want inspiration for working out.
Sorry.
Don't mind me, I'm just talking. Thank you, so looking forward to it. Thank you for everything. You and Gemma are awesome. And right back at you, brother. Right back at you. You're amazing. Which is why I wanted to feature you.
Could Kathy do anything to help her body, like with the kickoff it's doing from the soy? Like
Cassie?
Cassie, sorry. Like, could she have like turmeric? Would that help? Or like?
I've got no clue. I mean, you
help the gut.
You would think like just stopping it like pretty quickly, like that should resolve anything that's going on. I guess that's the main thing, isn't it? Yeah, I wouldn't know. It's not an issue I've ever had to help anyone with, to be honest.
Maybe Goji Man.
Yeah. Yeah, worth asking him, isn't it? He knows everything. He's blinking brilliant.
He's a genius, that man.
He's a freaking genius. He's a good-looking genius. He's a double threat guy. He gets on my nerves. Timo M. Hi, Hench. You're looking good today. I love you. Jess got my CBD 10% oil. Nice. Thanks for your support. If you happen to use our discount code. Link below, Honest Temp, 30% off your first order or 15% off subsequent orders with our code. So give it your pay. But seriously though, we do need it. Dropped one drop and planning to go slow. Oh, got any wise words? So, Timo, if you look on Honest Temp's website, if you look under the tinctures and then there's some sort of tab, like sort of about or whatever, I don't know what the tab's actually called. But it is a dosage chart by weight, because obviously the more mass you have, the more that you can use. So, and it will give you a range. So I'm thinking likely, unless you're really small, that might be like too low of a dose to give any particular benefit. I mean, I might be wrong. And if you have got issues and it attenuates that, then maybe that is all you need. So, but on the site is a chart giving you a range. And so you're right, though, to start on the lower end of that dose and just gradually, week by week, just build up a little bit until you find the minimum effective dose. And in that way, it just saves you a little bit of money rather than, have an extra that you perhaps don't need. And then you have to get more sooner. It's not the cheapest thing. However, like post-COVID, they have nearly half the price across the board. So it's not half as bad as it used to be. And as I say, you can get money off with our codes. Hench CBD 30 for your first order. Hench CBD 15 for all subsequent orders. Don't bother trying Hench CBD 100 because I tried it and sadly it doesn't work. Right. Has jumped. Ray Stevens in the house. Good to see you. And Lolly's here. Good. Elsie, we need you to appear on mainstream television to show the nation that vegans are not stereotypically skinny and weak. Do you have any opportunity or invitation to appear on any TV shows? Yeah, I've been on BBC. What was that for? So I did a thing with BBC Online, and it was all about vegan health and nutrition. They came here and filmed, didn't they? And they filmed me down the gym. It's on my channel somewhere, I think. Is it?
I think so.
Yeah, just search BBC and or TV. I was also on the BBC World Service, but that's obviously radio. And that was this second most watched thing on BBC Online that day, after a thing about Brexit, when the whole Brexit thing was like big news. So that was pretty impressive. It was such a pro-vegan piece. It was amazing. And I've also been on local television like 2 or 3 times. Mustard TV and in the studio twice, and then what's her name? That lovely blonde lady Forgot her name now. She was super nice. She was vegan. She came and filmed at the gym, didn't she?
Oh,
Did
yeah,
you ever meet? You met her, didn't you?
Yeah, I remember.
Where did you meet her? Oh, at the
No.
gym. Were you there at the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were, weren't you?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm being stupid. Yeah, because you were filming for the channel, like behind the scenes, weren't you?
Yeah.
I think that's the only times I've been on TV. But yeah, it happens. It happens from time to time. And Grant Gordon One is in the house. He's got a little vegan Vulcan symbol. Aren't Vulcans meant to be vegan, I think? That's pretty damn cool. How are you, Aunt Grant? And how's the vegan scene? And where in the world are you? And how are you doing? Gertie, hey guys, how did you find transitioning Cowboy from a former meat diet to a vegan one? My girlfriend wants to adopt 2 cats. I'll let you field this one.
Great. Yeah. At the time we had 3 cats living with us, and they went nuts for it. Like literally, as soon as you opened it, they were in there trying to eat it. They seemed to prefer it more than their other food. That was my experience. But you're meant to...
Oh, they love it, didn't they?
They love it, yeah.
Much more.
But you're meant to transition them over slowly. So, you know, I can't remember over how many weeks. I think it's like a few days or weeks. I can't remember now. It's been so long. But you slowly sort of put one food down and put the other one up, you know. So, yeah, don't do it all at once kind of thing. But we found it fine. No problem whatsoever. That's with the dried food, the biscuits. With the canned food, they didn't like it. Oh, our kitties.
You messaged the wrong Cassie, I'm afraid.
Yeah, when I look back, you'd both messaged like one after another, like on the same line. So I guess I must have just looked at the wrong name when I was looking to reply. That's the excuse I'll use anyway. Sorry about that.
Toby Gosling, the bloody vegan podcast, would like you on his podcast, Hench and Gemma. I'm not sure that he can afford us. We are quite expensive.
We
now.
don't charge anything. Oh yeah, speaking of that, I'm on the Jane Unchained podcast today, I believe. I've not seen anything, but she said it would be out today. I did an interview.
Will you share it on your Instagram or something?
Yeah, follow us on there. You should be doing it by now. Come on.
Hench_herbivore.
Gemma_herbivore.
And Cowboy_herbivore.
Yeah.
Purple Piplup has arrived.
No. Don't do that.
You're welcome, Nancy Urban. Thanks for joining. She's asking, Gemma, do you do any weight training?
No, I do not. Someday.
You have though, haven't you?
I have. I've taken it up, you know, on and off several times, and I've never like stayed consistently with it for more than a few months. So, yeah, just keep working on health-related stuff and getting better and better. I do like a walk or a bike ride or both every day. So I'm a lot fitter than I used to be. But,
you do aspire to train regularly when you're able, don't you?
Yes. Yeah. I think it's good. I think you can really, you know, like cardio is obviously really important, but I think a little bit of weight training for a female or for anyone can just really help you to sculpt your body in the ways that you want. So I'm a big fan of it.
Makers will love you all. We love you too, my friend. What a lovely
nice.
thing to say. This community rocks. Go Vegan Jackson. I started the month 11,000 steps a day challenge for prostate cancer UK. Oh wow. I've been posting well done on everyone else's Facebook posts for it so they see Go Vegan. Nice. Oh, good for you. Bless you. And if you want to really try to avoid prostate cancer in the first place, whole foods plant-based, make sure you're getting a tablespoon of ground flax seeds per day because they have those lovely anti-cancer lignans. Sarah F, how much exercise would you need to do to maximise health? Is there a point where it would just help aesthetics of the body rather than actual health? Basically, up to a point, the more the better. But of course, it's also possible to overtrain. So you know, in fact, the healthiest people in the world don't tend to be particularly like athletic, but they're just busy. Like people in the kind of blue zones, typically they don't have so many mod cons. They make their food from scratch. They're gardening. You know, they're kind of moving their body. They're more kind of natural. But of course, it's very good for the human body to be doing some form of resistance training to strengthen not only the muscles but the bones too. And it's good to get the heart and lungs to be working like quite hard, so you feel winded, like a few times per week. You're just increasing your cardiovascular health. Of course, if you go mental with it, you can end up causing yourself an injury, but to a point, the more the better, but maybe not, mental amounts of, terribly hard aerobic training and weightlifting, just like a good amount where it doesn't affect your sleep or your ability to recover or your immune function, and steadily over time you can see that you're getting fitter, you're getting stronger. That's the secret, really. That's the secret, is finding balance and tracking and making sure you're doing enough to adapt and improve, and not so much that you regress and make yourself sick. Polish vegans in the house. Johnny the Legs, is this the moderator's front of duty here? I love it. Monty Python reference there. Astrovex, really don't want to sound rude or graphic, but I've been vegan for over 3 years now, and I've only now noticed my blood flow has improved dramatically. Any other men noticing that? Yeah, that's a common occurrence. On the Game Changers movie, they did that study, didn't they? And
That's so good.
after the vegan meal, they put this device called a Rigiscope on the 3 athletes on their penises to measure nocturnal erections. And night 1, they had bean burritos. Beef burritos. Night 2, they had beef burritos for dinner. Beef and then beans. And beans versus beef burritos, they had between around 13 and 15% larger, firmer erections, and somewhere between 300 and 500% longer duration of them by eating beans instead of beef. And that's just from one meal.
One meal, that's incredible. And I didn't know men got so many erections during the night time. Why would I know that?
You know all about it later on, I'll tell you.
That was a good film, documentary, whatever it was. Very good.
Yeah. Sawyer Jones brings up a good point. Richard Venom's funny. Raceaver, did you try to taste the vegan cat food out of curiosity? I didn't, but Gemma did. You
Did I?
quite liked it, didn't you?
Can't remember.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
Why not? Cassie Harris, I've been increasing my CBD slowly. I'm up to 40 milligrams in the AM without noticeable change in my anxiety. Should I keep increasing it? Or start taking the second dose in the afternoon? I like to divide mine up over 2 to 3 doses to keep like a more stable blood level of it. But perhaps you do need a bit more than that now, by the sounds. Kelly Horrocks is in the house. Good to see you. Nancy, my dog is vegan too. She is doing much better after having kidney issues when I rescued her. There was a vegan cat study out recently, and they found the liver and kidney function was better in the vegan cats versus the non-vegan cats. And supposedly vegan cats are obligate carnivores, whereas dogs, have been known to do well as vegans. In fact, the second longest lived dog on record was a vegan border collie bitch named Bramble. So that's not surprising. Thanks, Race. Race has been waiting for years to work out. I love it. Laura Griffiths, we love you as well. Kiss, 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 kiss. Bless ya. Bling164. Hello to you both. Follow all 3 on the Insta. Thank you. I'll go by the vegan Matt on there. I think I've seen you. Thanks for answering my questions on your stories Q&A. So therefore I have switching my junk food diet to whole foods has transformed me. Good man. Let's give Matt a round of applause, everyone. I love it. Elsie, how are you generally received in the gym? With great terror and anxiety. Have you converted any fellow gym guys to veganism and don't find there's any animosity towards you? There's no animosity, you know, mostly because I'm twice the size of most people in there. But yeah, converted loads and loads. I'd already done like a good, I don't know, 5% of the gym or something, and that's a busy gym as well. And then the reigning Mr. Universe of 2014 turned up there. This was 2015. And me and Gemma had a chat with him. And after our chat, he went vegan and he asked if I'd be his training partner. So I ended up training with Mr. Barney Duplessis for 6 months. And then another like 5% of the gym probably went vegan off the back of that, because it's hard to argue with by far the biggest, strongest guy in the gym is vegan. So what's your problem? Goody, would you be able to tell me the name of both the canned and dried food you buy and where to get it from, please?
Benevo, I get it from vegiepets. It's either .com or .co.uk, Veggie Pets. But you can also get it on Amazon, the UK site, and I'm probably the American one as well. I don't know whereabouts you live. But yeah, Veggie Pets or Amazon. But I think you can get it from loads of places now. It's quite a popular brand. Oh, there's one called Amy.
AMI, is it, or Y?
AMI, I think. If you typed Amy cat food. Our cats have eaten that and enjoyed that as well. And I believe that's the complete one also.
Go Vegan Jackson, vegan desserts, cookbook bought, all helps the cause. That really does. Thank you, Go Vegan Jackson.
Yeah, it's very kind.
Bless you. We can't, we can't do this job without the help of people like yourself. So, and this is certainly my life's purpose. So, I couldn't be more grateful. Thank you. Stacey Langley. Gemma, just wanted to say thank you for sharing the banana cream pie I made on your Instagram. It's such a great recipe. I enjoy staging, photographing food, and it was so nice to see it on your stories.
Well, thank you for buying the book and then for making that, because then it's like content that we can share, So thanks right back at you.
Yeah, it's like free marketing, and especially when you did such a great job of it as well.
Yeah, it looked really nice.
Feel free to do more. Thank you. Petey's Ponderings is in the house. No doubt he'll have some great questions for us in. Hello, Henches. Hello, yourself. Vegan Rican 1. Vegans on Facebook are breaking me for talking about vegan cat food. What do you think about that? Don't worry about them, they're idiots.
It's a real controversial topic, and yeah, a lot of people do feel really opinionated about it.
Yeah, I mean, we are told that cats are obligate carnivores, and were it not possible to make these processed products, like they would have to be eating meat. And a lot of people are not up to date with the science, and they care about animals, and so they're worried that you might be hurting them. So I get it. I totally get it.
There was a time when we really first heard about it and thought, oh, that doesn't sound right. We'll never do that. But look at us now, Yeah, but it's not nice for you that you're getting sick about it. So, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. It's sort of one of those topics that is hard to talk about, even in the vegan community. Even some people really, really dislike hearing that you, feed cats.
If it upsets you too much, I would recommend just not talking about it. Just don't sort of force yourself into that sort of position, I suppose, is the best way, isn't it? But, I've made videos about it, so you can just share videos or whatever. The latest study and all the other studies back up cat nutrition, and there's no studies showing any negatives. And this is from the guy who is the, what is he? He's part of the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons. He's like the sort of pet nutrition, like, they're sort of expert, and he's saying like there's all the studies say that it's at least okay to feed cats a complete vegan food, not any old nonsense, but a complete vegan food. This latest study and some others showed benefit to certain aspects such as kidney and liver health and obesity potential. And he said there are 0 studies showing any negatives. So as of now, the overwhelming preponderance of evidence, in fact, all of it, says it's fine. So, but not everyone knows that. Do you know what I mean? Not everyone knows that, and they care about animals, which is why they're vegan. You know,
or if they're not vegan, they care about some animals and not others.
Yeah, or if they're not vegan, they're just using that as an excuse to bash you.
Sometimes,
because they feel bad. They're projecting because they feel bad about the unnecessary suffering that they're causing. So either way you look at it, either I feel sorry for them or they're just ignorant and they don't know better, and so it's to be expected, I suppose. Like, sadly, not that it feels nice. Tom Hurley, I never knew dates even existed until I bought your cookbook. They seem to add something to smoothies.
Oh,
so sweet, aren't they?
So sweet, yeah. And literally, you can make any dessert you could ever dream of without having to use any sugar. You can just use dates or date syrup for a liquid sweetener, or date sugar for if you need a sugar. That's just powdered dates. So yeah, they are good stuff.
Laura Griffiths, guys, you will wee yourselves. I had an allergic reaction and ended up having 2 seizures in hospital, and someone said it's because I'm vegan. Yeah, no non-vegans ever have an allergic reaction or a seizure, do they? Yes, never been heard of. But in reality, 99% of people who have an allergic reaction or seizures are non-vegan. Go figure. Means gains. I love it. Oh, look at all these claps. I love it. Petey's Ponderings. There we go. I knew he'd be up to something. Hello, Paul and Gemma. If you could take on the abilities of a fictional character, who would it be and why?
Oh, God.
Oh.
I'm making that noise because I can't immediately think of
I think I've got an answer straight off the bat. I would go for Patrick Baboumian's character from his new graphic novel. Nice. What's he called? Earthraiser. And, oh, no, I wouldn't. No. Sorry. So his one is sort of negative. So he wasn't vegan or whatever, but he has the military experiment done on him, and as a result of it, he ends up feeling animals' pain as his own, and so he becomes an animal rights activist, not because he cares about animals, but because it hurts him. So maybe I'd like that power, but I'd be able to put it on other people, a bit like who's that skeleton who rides a motorbike? He's really cool. Ghost Rider. Your soul is tainted by the blood of the innocent. Feel their pain. I like to say that to people while my skull's on fire. What about you?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I think my answer was so good that we could probably just move on.
Yeah, sorry, I cannot think.
What about you guys? Who would you pick and why? That is a great. He's so good. He's so good.
Yeah.
His logo reminds me of the Grange Hill logo from back in the day, except it's PP instead of GH. Esther R. Uncovered. And I like how it's 2 opposite colours. That's very nice. Hey, good to see you guys live online. Amazing content, keep up. How long have you both been vegan, and where did you get those exotic fruits? I'm glad you asked from in a recent video. Oh, and then there's some more questions. First of all, welcome to the channel, Esther. We really appreciate your kind words. It's good to have you here. How long have we been vegan, mate?
About 9 years and 8.5-ish.
I think I'm coming up on 9. I think it was summer 2012. So I think within 3 months, it'll be 9 years. So you'll be 9.5 years. Where did you get those exotic fruits from?
Exoticfruits.co.uk.
Give us your money. 10% off with code HENCH. No, sorry, 30% off your first order, code HENCH30. 15% off subsequent orders, HENCH15. I decided to partner with them because they're like whole foods, plants.
Such a good fit.
Yeah, there's very few companies I can really work with who are ethical and environmentally minded and vegan. Of course, fruits fits the bill perfectly. So I was so pleased they came along. On Instagram, they're called exoticfruits.uk. Give them a look. They're really good stuff.
They do so many things. Like we've got to taste so many fruits that we've never even had before.
Oh, I've got some of them here. I was going to do guess the fruit. Let's do a quick guess the fruit. This might be quite invisible, but it's green. But you get the idea. It's sort of divoted, if you know what I mean by that. What is this, guys? What is this?
Invisible fruit.
Put a 1 and then what fruit you think that is, and we can see who can guess the most. Right, so that was number 1. So that's green. Fruit 2 is this brown boy. Fruit 2. So put a 2 and what you think that is.
Oh, brown boy.
We've got 4 fruits. This one
Potato fruit.
looks a bit like a potato, but it's not quite. It's got, you can see where the stem was there, and then there's the bottom of it, and it's really soft and sugary and delicious. So that's fruit 3. I bet no one's going to guess that one, and it's not called a potato fruit. And then fruit 4 is this little one. It looks a bit like an apple, but it's not like an apple inside. There's a big central pit, a bit like a date more than anything. And there's some dried versions which are kind of act as a low-calorie version of dates. So I'll give you some clues there. It's an unusual name.
Don't Google it. Or you can Google it.
See if you can guess what that one is. Put 4 and then nut fruit. I bet no one gets half of them, but we'll see. We'll see. Right, what were the other questions? Were you both... Oh, were you both vegan when you met?
We were together a couple of years, then we split up for 4 years. Now we've been back together 12 or 13 years. And we...
You get less for murder.
You put me off. I can't remember what I was saying. So, yeah, I was really sick and just desperate to get well and stumbled across the idea of a whole foods plant-based diet, gave it a try and felt a lot better, and then said to you, oh, read the China study, read this, it's really good. And you read it and you were like, oh, that sounds quite good, I'll give it a go. And then, you know, luckily we both went vegan roughly around the same time.
And that's the end of that chapter.
It would be hard, yeah. The longer you're vegan, and then if your partner's not, like, it's hard. Yeah, from what I've seen of other couples, yeah. If I was single, I would not date a non-vegan, I don't. Well, no, I think I would, but I'd be quite clear at the start that about my beliefs and how I feel and everything, and you know, because maybe there was a time when I didn't know what I know now. Maybe they don't know. Maybe if I talk to them a bit about it and they like, you know, go to a vegan restaurant, they see, oh, it's not just like leaves. You know, maybe over some time they might be inspired to change, but it would be hard though. Then if you got to like someone and then you could see actually they're not going to change, but you've fallen for them or whatever, oh, that'd be hard. So, yeah, I don't know. Well,
I conversely wouldn't bother, as female vegans outnumber males something like 8 to 1 or something ridiculous. I would be getting more ass than a toilet seat, quote unquote. What are your thoughts on it? Yeah, I mean, you can be an influence, and it's not that most people are evil psychopaths. We simply were raised in a society which, by and large, thinks it is normal, natural, and necessary to eat animals. So I don't think we should be too quick to judge people. I think that's a big mistake that a lot of vegans make. And yeah, people deserve a chance, but of course you are risking that if that's going to stop you from being with them long term. You know, like Gemma says, you can be upfront about it, but it perhaps will cause you some pain. So I guess you just have to do what's right for you, be your own authority on that.
I once heard this lady, Teal Swan, say that she...
I've never heard you mention her.
She started dating this guy and he wasn't vegan. And she said, you know, to him, something along the lines of, totally up to you. Obviously, you know, you just make decisions for your own life. But if you're not vegan, I won't have sex with you. Because, like, she put it in terms of, like, energy. Like, when you consume animals, like, the energy, like, from their death and suffering and all that, you know, is within you. And I don't want to then merge with that, energy. I suppose you can look at it from a less spiritual perspective and say, when you consume animals, they release all that adrenaline and all those stress hormones. And you're ingesting that. Whether it's that, like physical or spiritual, that's all in you. And then she's like, no, I won't have sex with you. But she was also like, it's got to be your decision. So you do some research, you look into it and decide if it's right for you. Don't just do it for my sake. You have to want to do it, But yeah, I'm not going to have sex with you if you're not vegan. So that inspired him to certainly look into it.
You're welcome, Matt. I'm glad you're enjoying that. Polish vegan, is it bad to have acid reflux? Can it mean something serious? In and of itself, I think it's just a marker of not eating the best or having too much caffeine and things like that. I used to get it terribly when I was not a whole foods vegan, and I drank a lot of coffee and stuff. If you have a lot of it, it can lead to Barrett's esophagus, which is that like a type of cancer, or can it then lead to cancer? One or the other. Yeah, it's not good to have it chronically, really, really long term. And normally it's just dietary changes and just eating more healthily. And cutting down on the old caffeine. Cowboys here. Super chat. Tamar Braxton's Edges, that is a really cool and interesting name, kindly donated $2.79 Canadian. They would turn vegan with my cooking.
Well, that's another great approach.
Sounds like you should cook for us, and we can't take your word for it, I'm afraid, Tamar.
You need to prove that.
Yeah. Oh, and is that your little face there in the avatar? Yeah, cute one. Cute little one. Cute little vegan. As most vegans are. We're gorgeous. Aren't we? We're flipping gorgeous.
Well.
I don't like to brag. Right.
I can't wait.
Evelicious in the house. They don't know. Jackson Carrera says Cherimoya. Yes. Cherimoya. So at least one of you got that. Or custard apple. Matty McTatty got a golf ball.
They're really nice though, aren't they? Custard apples.
Mangosteen. Yes. Cassie was the first one to get that. Zapote. I'm not sure what a zapote is. Not a kiwi. Jackson Carrera. Kumquat. Is that not spelt with a K? That's the second time I've seen someone spell it with a C. So now I'm double guessing myself. But no, there was no kumquat, although we have been eating some. It was weird eating the whole thing, it's like a little oval orange. Yeah. And I was just eating the insides, and it was so sharp. It draw your ass up to your elbows.
Yeah.
And
I can't do it again.
But then I can only do it once in any given day, I'm afraid, Gemma. And then someone told me, you're meant to eat the skin, and actually the skin is sweet. So that's kind of back to front.
I said to him, what does that saying mean? Your ass up to your elbows, and then did that thing, and that was so funny.
Sarah F. Tomato date. Good try. Good in inverted commas. Was that the door?
That was upstairs.
Oh. Dave Charles to Gemma. If Paul had not gone vegan or say would only go vegetarian or pescatarian, would you have ended the relationship? If so, how long would you have given?
That's really hard, isn't it?
Well, we didn't even discover the ethical side of veganism for like 2 years, did we?
Yeah, so probably.
So it'd have been at least 2 years.
Yeah. Yes. But then it's hard if you're deeply in love with someone. What I see happening for a lot of people is they're in a serious relationship, like long term, and they go vegan and the partner doesn't, and they don't end it because they're in love, and that's, well, they don't want to end it just, because they're in love, and then, but over time it starts to almost like eroding things, away things, and people get, like, one partner is like, upset, like, oh, you don't love me for me, you're just trying to change me, and the other partner's like, well, if you love me, you would change, or you'd get it, or yeah. So I think what probably would have happened is, I don't know, I would have maybe kept going on about it, got on his nerves, couldn't end things because of deep love, and it would have just been a constant niggly thing that is like causes ill feelings when it even gets mentioned. I don't know, maybe that would have happened, perhaps. Well, no, we're good communicators, so probably not, but...
We're brilliant.
Yeah, I don't know.
Evelish, I put that I'm vegan in my Tinder profile. I don't blame you.
Nice. Oh, we've got a friend who did a lot of Tinder activism. She put in her profile, like, I'm just here to talk about veganism, and then if men wanted to chat with her, she'd say, oh, I'm here to talk about veganism, and she'd talk about it.
Was that Reb?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
She did a
right.
video all
I forgot about that, yeah. Oh, Pete's pondering us back with another great question. Hello again, Paul and Gemma. If you could spend 24 hours with anyone without any financial restraints, who would it be? This one. I spend...
Where would you take me if we had no financial restraint? Oh, God.
No financial restraints. Bali, I think. Bali? We'll have a date in Bali, eating loads of lovely tropical fruits. Really ripe dragon fruits and the like, and mangoes.
Costa Rica?
Or Costa Rica. Actually, financial restraint. Yeah, Costa Rica probably. Bali's pretty cheap, isn't it? We can always go there later on when we're more skint. Who would you guys spend 24 hours with? I don't really like anyone else. Not enough to hang out with them.
You spend every day with me. So
yeah, I know. Oh, it's because I want to.
That's nice.
That's pretty good, isn't it? To Mark Braxton's Edges, kindly donate another $2.79 Canadian. It would be hard when kids are involved. Oh, it's like the relationship thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because then, you know, it's like the argument of, is the child going to be vegan or not? So, yeah, that would be hard. Yeah, that would be really hard. I've seen people before, you know, you get your odd sort of bell end vegan who's like over the top, and I saw like someone in the chat or in a video was saying that they'd been with their or that their partner wasn't going vegan, but they'd stay with him, like they're deeply in love, and like they were in their late 70s or something, and they'd been together 30 years, and someone's like, no, you should just get rid of them, they're a bad person. And I just thought, who the hell are you to have any perspective on these people's like engaged? They've probably been married longer than you've been alive, you freaking bellend. I think I really think, you know, that I think I heard like Melanie Joy say this, something about when it comes to communicating about veganism with family, you know, close family or partners or whatever, like it's about the quality of the relationship as it stands. You know, if the relationship already there's resentments, grievances, like the communication style is really poor, things like that, no matter, and then you bring in a topic like veganism, of course it's not going to go well, you know, neither's any type of conversation or like issue that is about something that can stir up so much like emotion and strong opinions, you know. So yeah, I think if you've got a good relationship, you know, and one partner's like vegan and the other partner's not, but you're really good at communicating, or you can practice that, we can all practice that, because it's, you know, none of us are perfect at that at all times, and it's just a real skill to work on and learn. Yeah, so maybe just like working on communicating how we feel without like judgment and blame. So learning like non-violent communication, that kind of stuff. I certainly know like when I first went vegan, I did not have the best communication style, and mine has sort of evolved over time. I've got more confident.
You're nearly as good as me now.
Yeah, great.
I'll teach you about non-violent communication and all that.
So yeah, I've got better at communicating as time's gone on. So.
Matt's saying I'd spend 24 hours with Ricky Gervais and ask him if he's actually vegan. Brilliant. I'm glad someone said it. Cassie said, very generously donated £4.99 towards our Bali trip.
Wow.
There's no question. There's no question. She's
What?
just supporting her local neighbourhood vegan YouTubers because we deserve a holiday like everyone else. Thanks, Cassie. Bless you.
That is really very kind.
It's 7 o'clock, but we did come on a bit late. Should we do 10 more minutes?
We've got to go to the supermarket tonight.
Yeah.
5 more minutes.
10. We'll be going an hour and 10.
Well, we've been going just an hour. We came on at like 8 past. Did
Okay.
10 past? 8 more minutes. 9 more minutes. 10 more minutes.
We're going to do 10 more minutes. Get your comments or questions in before we go, because if we can't read them after we've gone. And also, I'll delete the stream.
I'm going to go and get some grapes.
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay. I'll be back. I'm not taking my microphone.
Would you mind to give me a water, please?
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind.
What's Kelly talking about? This sounds interesting. I'm going to ask my husband now and see if he comes up with as cute of an answer. Who would you spend 24 hours with, I guess? Happily, Chris Grant agrees with me that kumquat is spelt with a K. I'm glad it's not just me who thinks that. Probably my favourite citrus. Wow. We had a reasonably good pomelo. Like, I find they're a bit on the dry side, but from exotic fruits, we actually had one which was, the least dry of any I've had. It's a really subtle, delicious grapefruit-like flavour, but without being overly bitter like grapefruit. What's that cat doing? It's gone bonkers. Cowboy, you've gone bonkers. Rena D, hi lovely people, having a bit of a hard day today, but I'm sure I'll be okay. Let's send Rena some hearts, please. Send us some love.
Why am I doing a round of applause?
I don't know why I'm saying her. I don't know if Rena's a boy's name or a girl's name. I don't know.
You will be okay, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we're in pain, it convinces us of two things. That we're alone in our pain and that it will last forever. And neither are true.
Yep.
Neither are true.
We love you and we don't want you to be in pain and it will end.
Yeah, we're all riding the waves of life, the ups and downs, the emotions, part of life. And if you think back to any time you've ever felt anything, at some point it ended, whether it was good or bad. So that gives you the evidence that this too definitely can end.
Anne-Marie, 3 fig, 4 Sharon fruit, or persimmons is commonly known. No, did I name them in the end? No, I didn't, did I?
You just did that one. Then did you do that?
Oh, we did the mangosteen. Right, did anyone guess for 3 or 4 as well? No. So 3, I forget the order. Was this number 3? This is a sapodilla. Sapodilla. If you've not tried them, get yourself some. They're delicious. Very sweet and caramelly. They've got a weird texture, a unique texture. They're slightly almost gritty, but without being hard and nasty. It's just like an interesting texture, but really sweet and delicious. That's one of my favourite fruits. And this is a jujube fruit. Jujube fruit. I had dried ones before. I got given some at a veg fest, but I'd never had a fresh one before. Hooking up with exoticfruits.co.uk. Give them your money and that.
Yeah.
Right. Go vegan Jackson. I'd love another 24 hours with my mum, to be fair. Yeah. My mum and my dad have passed, and I would give up 5 years of my life to spend another day with them. I would just like to thank them for doing such a great job and being so kind to me, and just let them know how I've got on in life. I'm sure they'd be interested. 2 and 3 make the 5. That's very true. I'm so lucky my partner and sons all changed with me 5 years vegan now. Wow. How are you all getting on? Good, I hope. One man went, yeah, my wife is not vegan, but she is using less and less animal products. Nice. The more I learn and share with her, the more she really gets into it. Not just for her health, but also the moral aspects. Yeah, I'm sure she'll come around eventually. I mean, I know, like, people, it was typically where the female went vegan and the male kind of protested. And sometimes it took years, but eventually they always seem to have come round from the relationships that I'm like aware of. I think mostly because we're too lazy to cook, a lot of us. Kelly, my husband said his late mother, I was pretty big grumpy if he chose anyone except me. But that's fair enough, bless him. Yeah. Stacey Langley, my mum's vegan and stepdad vegetarian. She leaves vegan books around the house or had vegan videos on in his earshot. That was the way she wasn't nagging him. He stopped buying cheese. So it's fucking brilliant. Martin Mora Pinheiro. I probably didn't pronounce that very well. I tried my best, Martin. I'm sorry. Hey, Hench. We're watching you from Canada. He just said, man, thank you for tuning in. Whereabouts in Canada? Of course, that's where my good friend Derek Simnett is camped out. How's the vegan scene where you are? And thanks for your kind words. Chris Grant, you're going to Bali. That's going to be awesome. It's Friday, or to live there. We've not got particular plans to go there. We've just both said that we would like to visit there at some point. Why is my camera naff? Focus. There we go. Yeah, I've got friends out there. A lot of the Vivo Life ambassadors are living out there, and yeah, it's super cheap, super nice people, easy to be vegan, lovely climate. Jim's not looking forward to the mosquitoes. Yeah. One man, one year. I had a sapote for the first time recently. It blew my mind. Yeah, those are super good. What is wrong with this camera today? Let me just move in a little bit. Is that going to focus? Focus. Hang on, I just need to click something. Clickety click. Oh. As the minute I click the thing I need, it just sorts itself out. Yeah, Chimoya are lovely. They're a bit fiddly, aren't they? They're a bit like pomegranates in that they're like a lot of work for like sort of almost like little reward, but they're so tasty. That's well worth it. Right, that just jumped. Jeff Carter, how to increase selenium. The easiest way is by just eating 1 or 2 Brazil nuts. If you're eating a calorically adequate whole foods plant-based diet, you may hit your selenium without even trying. If you've not quite hit it, like 1 or at the very most 2, probably you just need 1 Brazil nut, like they're so rich in selenium. Don't eat more than 3 or 4 Brazils a day actually pushes you up against the upper tolerable safe daily limit for selenium. And then again, as I say, if you're eating a healthy diet, you'll be getting a decent amount of selenium from a lot of your plant foods, you know, that are not Brazil nuts. So I eat 2 Brazil nuts every day religiously. A new study came out and it showed that something like 90% of people who had a bad case of COVID were selenium deficient or like had low levels of selenium. So I eat 2 a day religiously. I'm a bit bigger than your average bear, so my needs may be elevated. And yeah, it's just one of those nutrients. Like it's super important for your immune system, same as vitamin D. And it was similar results with COVID for that as well. So selenium, vitamin D, make sure you're hitting those if you want to try to stay COVID free, or at least not have such a bad case of it if you do happen to get it. Rena is a she, I guessed right. Dave Charles, did either of you try the 7-day mental diet yet? Gem, yeah. Did you say something about a thing called the 7-day mental diet? Or am I thinking of something else?
Commenting, they told us about it.
What is it again?
It's like something to do with not thinking about anything negative, or like
Sounds
Well,
like this Joe Dispenza stuff you're getting into.
Yeah, like not bad mouthing people, like I should put my microphone on. Just being more positive and not thinking about like mental negative things like mentally and gossiping and all that kind of negative stuff like for 7 days. That's as far as I know. I don't know much about it. But yeah, I would love to try it. I've just got into Joe Dispenza recently. I read his book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, and I so love that book. I'm doing 2 meditations a day out of his book, and I would be up for trying that soon actually. Yeah.
I really want to eat this chamoya now, but I've had all my calories for today. I'm doing a little mini cut until the gyms reopen.
I'm having these.
Sable grapes. Black sable grapes, guys, if you're in the UK, Lidl, they're super cheap. They're really sort of perfumed and sweet and just a really unique taste. I love them. Yeah, for me, Dave, I've been doing a lot of meditating and I'm becoming much more conscious of when negative thoughts come into my mind. And they're coming in a lot more sparingly now. I feel like I've had a good boost in my confidence lately. I feel a lot less anxious. And the only kind of negative thing I've been doing is like today I'm shooting a spherage response video. And so, it's pretty negative, but that's only because like that's my job and I'm doing it to try and help animals, so I'll live with it for now. I think later when we get into our new business that we should be doing, hopefully later this year, then I won't be doing it. We'll have like a bigger, better platform where I won't have to resort to like clickbaity drama stuff, and I should be glad to leave that behind, in all honesty. Frederick Berman, is there any of your cookbooks that would be good for weight loss? They're both whole foods based. The desserts one, it would be better than your average desserts book, but there are quite a few of the dishes that are quite higher in fat than we would normally have
And
for
calories.
most meals.
Yeah. I mean, it's quite varied. There's a lot of desserts that are low fat, or no, there's some that don't even have any of that fat. But yeah, there's quite a lot that are higher fat, higher calorie. So great for the typical argument, or the typical problem a lot of people have with like losing weight when they go vegan, more calorie dense.
Yeah, not getting enough calories.
The protein book would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, for fat loss, obviously it's calories in, calories out. But I've found whole foods, plant-based diet, most of the food, the bulk of the food is water and fibre and not so much calories. So on aggregate, you'll tend to lose weight without even trying. So I prescribe to eat tons of low-calorie fruit, tons of low-calorie vegetables, and then eat some legumes, some whole grains, a small amount of nuts and seeds. We want to go lower and avocados on the overt fat sort of plant foods. And in that way, a lot of people lose weight eating as much food as they want, but it's just the types of food. But yeah, the protein book is more skewed towards whole plant foods, not so high fat. And I would suggest, whatever meals you have out of it, just have them with lots of vegetables and then a little low-calorie fruit for a dessert, and you should find a way it just falls off without really trying. Currently £6.50. Link in the description. Patrick what is your opinion on reverse pyramid training? Not a vegan, but I love your channel. Thanks, Patrick. I really appreciate you saying that when you're not even vegan. Reverse pyramid. What is? I can't even think what that is. Is that like? I've always done like descending sets with the same weight. That seems to be the simplest, easiest, most convenient, effective training style for me. Let me just make sure I'm talking about the right thing. Reverse pyramid. What? Tramid. I can't think and talk at the same time. Apparently.
Don't worry, I can't either. We didn't put any music on tonight.
Oh yeah. Reverse pyramid, first time efficiency. Oh, so you're doing like 4 to 8 reps, 8 to 12 reps, and then 12 to 15 reps. Sorry. So you're starting on lower reps and then going up to high. I think it's just making it overly complicated. I mean, anything works as long as you're doing progressive overload. That's fine. But yeah, I think it's like unnecessarily complicating things. I don't think there's any signs to show that it works better. Aston was given some tinned jackfruit. Anyone got any recommendations for how to cook/use?
Like a pulled jackfruit
Like
style
a
recipe.
barbecue pork sort
You
of
can do
thing.
it healthfully. I'm thinking about putting a recipe like that in our new cookbook. So yeah, I'll be looking into that soon. I can't tell you off the top of my head, what to do with it, but I'm sure you could look it up. You could put like whole food plant-based or the letters for that, and then jackfruit or what do people call it? Pulled jackfruit bap or pulled jack bap. Yeah, I'd look that up. That's the only recipe I have really seen that people do with that. Are there others?
Yeah, probably. I can't really tell you though. We've got to sign off now. I'll just speak to one comment before I go because this is risking people's health. Jackson Carrera is saying, I'm too hard on coconut. They are the most abundant plant in the tropics. A lot of things are abundant. It doesn't make them healthy. McDonald's and Starbucks are pretty abundant. People have been eating them for thousands of years, and we need a little sat fat for our nerves. If we needed a little sat fat, I nearly said sat nav. If we needed to consume fat nat, if we needed to consume saturated fat for any reason, then it would be an essential fatty acid, like omega-3, like omega-6. We would know that we needed to ingest it. Like nutritional authorities would tell us. But no, saturated fat is not essential. We make our own saturated fat, like the animals like we eat, or like is in coconuts, from other whole plant foods. Like there is no need to eat saturated fat. There's no need to eat cholesterol. We make it from plant precursors. What was the other thing? People have been eating coconuts for thousands. Well, people have been eating animals for thousands of years. And yeah, people have been eating coconuts for thousands of years in the tropics. However, they've not been eating coconut oil for thousands of years because they had no way. They couldn't mechanically press it. They couldn't chemically extract it because that technology wasn't available. So what you're saying is bonkers. Sorry. Just putting you straight there, son.
You're not a fan of it.
Yeah, I mean... So, and there's so much science. Just look at the science. It's no good just conjecturing and like just pulling stuff out of thin air. Look at the science. So there are a couple of indigenous peoples who eat coconut. Kativa is an island. They eat predominantly whole foods, plant-based. They eat a small amount of coconut flesh, not oil, not milk. Not yogurt, coconut flesh, because they can't process it. They're like indigenous peoples without technology. And they have good heart health, but they're not eating much flesh at all. The islanders of Puka Puka, which is Sri Lanka way, I think, don't quote me. They eat loads of coconut flesh and they have terrible instances of heart disease. You can look it up. It's on nutritionfacts.org. So you can talk about flesh all you like, but that's the science. Thanks, moderators, for keeping us troll free. Thanks for the super chats, keeping the beans on our toast. And the cameras rolling, rolling.
Keeping the grapes in my bowl.
And keeping us in toilet roll. That wasn't funny, and it didn't rhyme. It was the same word.
Tell people we go to the toilet. It's embarrassing.
You do it.
You do it.
Follow us on the gram, hench_herbivore.
Gemma_herbivore.
Buy our books. They're 35% off. they're there, links below. What else? If you're new here, we'd love you to become part of the Hench Herbivore community. You can do that by hitting the subscribe button, clicking the bell icon so you're notified of new videos. And if you want to catch live streams, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. GMT, set reminders on your phones. And I'm also on Sunday mornings, solo, around 7 a.m.
It's not as good though, because I'm not there, but it's quite good.
Later.
It's quite good. And I put my hand up like I'm in school. Some of you guys have said tonight that you're not feeling so great, and I'm really sorry to hear that. And take care of yourselves. Do whatever you need to do to take care of yourself from this place. Like take some time out, like have a nice bubble bath, or like, I don't know, just do comforting things and really take care of yourself and get support. Don't be alone in your pain and suffering. And come and hang out with us again on Wednesday, and we'll have another chin wag. Is that the phrase? Chin wag.
Yep.
Yeah, and take care, everyone. Take care.
Take care of yourselves and each other. It's good night from me.
Good night from me.
Good night.
Suppose you're going to do that weird thing you always do.
Shut up.